Legend of Total War here with a new campaign series for Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms. This is the Crusades campaign and it's a hot seat. So this is turn 1, so let's set my password. I'm not fucking telling you what it is. You just know how many letters it is. Okay, so I've tried to record hot seats in the past, but it's never really worked out. They've always had to be scripted campaigns, and all the hot seats ended up being dead anyway by turn 20 because people cheat or whatever. Now this particular campaign is just with YouTubers and our recordings are live. So I'll just explain who's here. There's myself as the Turks. We've got Oivio playing as the Byzantines. We've got Total War playing as Jerusalem. We've got the Rambler playing as Egypt, and Lionheart X10 playing as Antioch. So we've got some pretty big names here. Well, actually, we've got a huge name. We've got Lionheart. So welcome, Lionheart, if you're watching this video. And the Rambler, I think he's a pretty big YouTuber. Anyway, that's not important. What size? What matters is who's the better player. And that's what we need to decide. Okay, so there's been a bit of discussion so far on alliances and who's going to war with who. It was a bit tenuous between me and Oivio to begin with, because I thought he was just going to bloody well attack me, but through discussions, I've possibly be getting an alliance with Oivio, because I don't think he wants to go to war with me just yet. Because I know a lot more about hot seating and this particular campaign than he does. I've also getting an alliance with Lionheart as Antioch, so that means the two major players on my border are effectively not my enemy at this stage, meaning that I'm not going to expand over their territory and that they're not going to expand over mine, because I start off in a very bad position. I essentially have two empires. I've got the one in Anatolia and the one in Mesopotamia, and both of them separately are extremely weak, but together they're strong if they're fighting just one enemy. But that being said, if I attack someone early on, then the other players are obviously going to see an opportunity to attack me. So I need to be very careful. So I think I start off in the most difficult position for a hot seat. But I like the Turks, so that's why I'm playing as them. Now, what I need to do early on is, of course, expand over rebel settlements. So there's a few around here that I can attack straight away. Well, attack, but not take. Because one big problem with the Turks is money. I'm going to be hemorrhaging money if I don't fucking do something about this. Either lose troops or take settlements. Now, there's another one down here that I can besiege. So I've sort of planned out exactly what I'm going to do so far on this turn. So if you want to see what the rules are of this campaign, there's a link in the description to the Total War Center hot seat campaign thread. It'll explain everything there. Also, a link to the previous episode is in the description. And once the next episode, so Lionheart's episode, has been uploaded, I'll put a link in this description as well. But obviously, this will come first. Now, if you're watching this, then it means that I've done at least up to turn 3. Because there's going to be a 2-turn gap between each video being uploaded. That way, players can't see immediately what everyone else is doing. So there's a bit of mystery. So I'm going to besiege Alanya. We're going to bring these guys down as well. Oh, hang on. What are we going to leave behind here? It'll be fine. Just bring them. Now, them being behind the army there is going to deter these guys from attacking because of the way the AI thinks. It thinks that they might reinforce because it considers everything around them, even though they wouldn't. But that being said, it's still not enough. I need to hire some mercenaries, which is of course really bad because I have poor income. Now that should stop them from attacking. I'm 90% sure it will. Okay, now what are we going to leave here? The public order's fine just as it is, but what are we going to leave behind? Not peasants. I don't fucking want peasants. Peasant archers, no. Let's get some of those. They seem okay. I mean, Sipahis are pretty fucking good as well. Maybe I should get them. The thing is, they cost a bit more. What's their upkeep? Well, it's only slightly more expensive than these motherfuckers. But horse archers are going to be my saving grace in this campaign. No, keep it as those. Actually, no, keep it as peasant archers. Because I don't expect to be attacked anytime soon by Oivio or Lionheart. So keep the cheap upkeep. Now you're going over here. One of the rules of the campaign, so I'll just do it right now, is you can mid-video save the game, do something, and then realize, oh fuck, I didn't want to do that, and load it. Because in all other hot seats I've been involved with, I think there's 2 or 3 of them, you can't regulate this kind of thing, and so it's always been allowed. So we've just decided to allow it in this. Now essentially doing this consumes time. Now each video cannot go any longer than an hour. It's not really a big deal for turn 1 because there's not much to do, but when it comes to like turn 30 where there's a lot to do, obviously fucking around is going to be extremely bad. So if there's like 5 battles to do, and by the way, all battles can be fought manually, doesn't mean they have to be, you have to pick and choose which ones to fight manually, or even just avoid some of them entirely, because they cannot go over an hour. If they go over an hour, then penalties will ensue. What else was I doing? Okay, so that's sorted. Now these guys need to come down here as well, because there's another settlement here. But I can't bring everyone, because someone needs to stay behind his garrison. Maybe one of these Turkish javelin men. But let's just leave one in there now. Okay. We also need to change the capital, because it's currently at Baghdad. And I think that that's probably a bad place, because it's right on the edge of the empire, and the capital should be in the center. So I'm going to put it here. And immediately there's a big improvement in income. Now it should also improve the public order over here. Look at that, it's okay. Building that's going to help a little bit as well, only a little bit. Now we're going to need a shitload of spies. Spies make or break the bloody hot seat campaigns. Need to see what's going on. Now there's no restrictions on spies in this, so if there's only a 10% chance of getting inside a settlement, you can still give it a shot. And of course do the save and reload trick. Because that's how hot seats always bloody go. Except for the fact that in hot seats we've had in the past, you've had to have a minimum of 60% chance of getting inside. Now the reason why we haven't put any restrictions on this is to force all players to act aggressively in wars, not to bloody just sit in your cities with a spy inside of it with a huge full stack and just sit there for 50 turns. This campaign needs to be interesting more than anything else. And essentially, if the rules apply to everyone, then it's still fair. It just makes things more difficult, which is good, because we're not pussies. At least I hope not. Okay, now what to do with this guy? There's not really much to do. I mean, I can take Caesarea, and I think there's another one over here somewhere that I don't think Antioch or Byzantines can get to. But I know there's a settlement around here. Byzantines can get there first, no point trying to get there. And there's one around here somewhere. Byzantines can get there, no point trying to go after it, I'll just be wasting my time. Okay, what else? Okay, Nur ad-Din. This guy needs to be heading up here. Now, he doesn't have a very big army, but it should be enough. I can always hire some more mercenaries as well. Okay, and in here, these Turkish archers I'll send up here. They'll certainly help in that battle. And we need to recruit some town militia. And everyone else, I think I'll send them down south. The public order here will be okay. Can leave it at normal tax rate. Now I'd like to bring these down to low tax rate so I can really grow these settlements, which will vastly improve the income. But at this stage, the higher the tax rate the better, because I don't want to go broke. Okay, now Baghdad. Everyone needs to get moving, except for perhaps them. But let's just move onto the bridge first. Okay, so public order. Okay, that's okay. 5%. Okay, which means that we don't necessarily need to leave any of these. We just need to leave one of these guys here. So if that garrison bonus leaves, it should still go to 75. I mean 85. No, 80. Fuck. Now, if I bring him as well and just hire another one to replace it, public order will be fine. And the thing is, it'll actually cost me more because that's currently free. Well, I'll move these guys down anyway, and I'll make a decision before the end of the turn, obviously. I have to. Okay, they'll get there about turn, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take that in turn 5. Also can't leave this undefended. Let's see, we'll leave some Turkish archers there. They have the same upkeep as bloody peasant archers, except they're way better. There's of course Ottoman infantry, which are better still, but I've really got to watch my income, which is really quite bad. And at Raqqa. Now there's two options for these guys. I could send them up here to Ran or something, whatever the fuck it's called, because I've had a bit of a scout on what Antioch was doing. He doesn't seem to be doing anything in this area, which means he's not sending troops over here to take it. But I have to cross through his land to do it, and I'd rather not piss him off at this point in time. So it might be best if they just unite with Jalal al-Rashid and take Khurisia. Now, can he get there next turn? It says he can. So that's good. I hope you are able to open the gates. That'll really fucking help. How many spies do I have? Just the one. That's not good. This guy's got enough piety where we could establish a jihad, except it's against the rules, so I won't. Well, I can't, actually. I don't want to get penalised for just being a dick. Okay, here's an example of using the save and reload. So we'll save it now, and we'll have a bit of a scout. So, let's see, where is Caesarea? It's there. So how many turns is it going to take us to get there? So that's turn 1, 2, 3, taking it turn 4. Now, besieging it with this guy is not going to help. Although it does have a whole bunch of shit troops in there, I can't fight the battles defensively. It's just going to take stats into account, not player skill. So, there's not much I can do about that. Actually, there's nothing I can do about that. And then reload, because I don't want to put that guy there. I want to put him in that army. Keep the stacks together. Then password, hopefully I haven't fucking forgotten it. What about these guys? Well, I can leave the infantry here, that's not a problem. I mean, I'm tempted to actually disband some of these units because I really just can't afford it at this stage, and I'm not going to any major wars. But if my military ranking goes down, Oivio, I especially suspect Oivio, might just fucking attack me. Oivio can afford to do that because he's got his back to the wall. Lionheart, not so much. Also, I think Oivio is a little bit more aggressive than Lionheart. So I think I can trust Lionheart a bit more. Now, I'd also like to get an alliance with Egypt. So basically, the only person I'm not having an alliance with is Jerusalem, which you just can't be allied with everyone. Being a friend to everyone is being a friend to nobody, and then you can't trust anyone. So, not that I want to go to war with total war, but I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to accept any allegiance with him, because somebody's going to have a war somewhere, and I don't really want to be a part of it at this stage. Well, there's a possibility of it. Now, for example, Egypt has nowhere to expand except through Jerusalem, unless they go through this way into crappy Arabia. Jerusalem has a few rebel regions out here that they can possibly take, which they probably will. Same with Antioch. So what are we doing here? We're going to bring all the horse archers. I'd like to bring those Turkish archers, but whatever. So that's getting pretty big. So I can do a fair bit with Turkish archers on the battlefield. I mean, Turkish horse archers. I don't want to bring too many, though. I think these guys are a bit more responsive in vanilla than they are in stainless steel. If you've been seeing my stainless steel 6.4 campaign, you'll see that I get extremely frustrated with the delay in movement times and shit with horse archers. Sometimes really fucking frustrates me. When I'm trying to maneuver 6 of them at a time, it can be a real pain in the ass, especially when you've got a 1 hour time limit, and these skirmishes end up taking fucking half an hour. So we can't have lots of those in this campaign. So I'm definitely going to need some heavy infantry, but, you know, the Turks do have that. Okay, so what have we done? I could send them a little bit faster ahead. Might have been better if I had actually sent these guys to Baghdad. Fuck the Kurdish auxiliaries. Whatever. Just keep them there, these guys can reinforce. Because I think there's a walled town they'll reinforce or whatever. Actually, I'll send these guys ahead so they can catch up. Could just be the difference between victory and defeat at some point there. Okay, these guys here, what are we doing? Doing something. We can't just send this guy by himself. He's going to take Carissia, which it's not too strong. We'll need one of these and need to upgrade it and increase the tax rate, I think. Now, if I was to leave, it goes down to 45%. If I was to leave one unit behind, okay, fuck these Hashashin, I don't need them. They're just consuming my money. So if I was to leave just one unit behind, okay, it's alright, and I can still link them up here. So that shouldn't be a problem. That'll still be alright. And this is a near full stack now with some general's bodyguards. I'd like to be able to spam general's bodyguards as well. This assassin, I'm going to spy on Jerusalem. I want to see what he's up to.
As the Sultan wills. Like the wind, I will leave no trace.
I always have to be careful with what I say, because it's very likely that the other players will be watching this video, and if, for example, I sit here going and bagging out Jerusalem, obviously Jerusalem will realise that I intend to attack. That's not the case, I'm just using it as a hypothetical. I don't intend to attack anyone at this point in time. Need to see how things go. I suppose I've only expressed my positive intentions towards Byzantines, Antioch, and Egypt. Alright, so what's left to do? These guys don't necessarily need to come out of there this turn, meaning that I could probably jack up the tax rate. The city's still growing. We need Shishibar because we need heaps of fucking spies. Shisha House, yes. Need more spies. Okay, so according to this, I'm losing at a rate of about 3,000 a turn. And if I leave nothing in my treasury, I'll have no money next turn. And probably won't have money again for a while. Because on turn 2, I will get 2 new stacks over here, which I'm supposed to use to fight Antioch, which I can't now. I don't know what I'm going to do with those guys. Maybe I'll go fight Jerusalem. I don't know. And it would be good if I could get over here, but there's no boats available. I have no navy whatsoever. And these guys, they can't just sit there on the border.
Ready, my Sultan.
I should just keep this guy moving around.
As the Sultan wills.
Just so that my
I will leave no trace.
colleagues can't exactly see what he's doing. Keeping them 2 steps behind me. Okay, so I've hired the mercenaries here. Should I hire another one just to make doubly sure? I mean, those guys don't have huge upkeep. So let's get one of those. What's this? Okay, well, whatever. Still absolutely hemorrhaging money. Okay, so what can we increase the tax rate of? No, can't do that. Yes, I can increase the tax rate here. Still not really. The fuck, did that just decrease my money? Projected treasury in total, 12,198. No, didn't. Didn't increase it by much either, though. Fuck, I start off in a pretty shit position. Need Shisha Bar. Okay, jack up the tax rate here. Ugh, it's a bit... Oh, now it's not even growing. Let's keep... They do need to grow. Can we jack up the tax rate? Yes, that should be okay. No, it's not okay. No, keep it as it was, because that's not empty. In Kara, we can increase the tax rate. That's good. All of that overall is not really increasing by my income by very much. I really need to just take settlements. Okay, we definitely need a port. But what's this mine got for me? Nah, that's jack shit. That's not worth it at all. Also would certainly be helpful to have a trade agreement with Egypt. And of course with Antioch. Shisha bars, yes. Fuck, I'm gonna go broke. I've got too many fucking troops. Okay, so these guys coming down there. There. At least they're all mobilizing. That's the thing. Let's make sure I'm building in every region. I'm probably gonna go broke, but that's okay. If I don't need the money next turn, then it's not really a big deal. As long as I'm investing in some things. So let's see. Do I go with... Well, if I can't afford to purchase the spies, then there's really no point getting the shisha bar either. And I probably do need imams as well. Looks like this guy could probably be more useful over here.
At once. I must stop and pray.
Ah, shit. Do I have any merchants? No. Okay, would this increase my income by much? It doesn't, but at the same time, having that extra movement, being able to move around a lot, would be very helpful. It's not that expensive. Recruit that because you'll get free upkeep. But then again, maybe I should hire a merchant. I think actually a merchant would be a better idea. You can get a bit more long-term income coming from it.
I live to obey, Sultan.
Alright, so I think I've pretty much built in all my regions. Let's double check that. Yep. So I've still got 9,800, dropping at a rate of about 2,700. So that's not too bad. It's better than what it started off as. I might disband some units. We just need to have a look at who's costing me the most, and who I probably don't even need. Now, to begin with, what I probably don't need are shit militia type troops that really aren't going to improve my chances and aren't going to be much good in a fight. But of course, maybe I could just get them killed, use them as a meat shield. But like I said previously, I also need to make sure that my faction rating stays as high as possible, because you need to keep that status quo at this stage. I don't want to disband any of my Turkish horse archers, because if I have to fight anyone, they're going to be my saving grace fighting them on the field. I'm not going to win with fucking spear militia, I'll win with horse archers for sure. Turkish javelin men, they're cheap shit. Dismounted Hasham are cheap units that are actually pretty good. Spear militia, you're being disbanded. Kurdish auxiliaries, you're disbanded for now. How are we going for time? I think I'm still good. I should have put a stopwatch on. Okay, didn't really save a whole heap of money. What the fuck am I going to do with this army over here when it shows up? It's going to cost me an extra 2,000 or 3,000. I can't disband anything from here. They're all needed. Same with this. Well, I suppose if everyone is needed, then it's not so bad. Okay, everything should be accounted for. Let's check them all. Yep. Everyone's moved. Armies, let's have a look. There's literally nothing else I can do except for perhaps recruiting. I can move this guy, but where the fuck am I going to move him to? I don't want to go to war with Oivio, so there's no point moving him up that way. Sending some of these troops out this way, I don't know. Why did I put that at very high? Just keep it there. Okay. Yes, merchant. Now, recruiting some town militia, they'll have free upkeep. This is some real fine-tuning stuff here, and the first turn is extremely important, so I need to make very good decisions on this kind of stuff. I don't want to get rid of these Turkish archers, but I just don't think I need them.
What is the Sultan's will?
But then again, I don't have any Turkish archers down here, but they're not going to catch up. Oh, they might. Okay, let's see. If I was to move everyone except for one out of here, public order goes to shit. Everyone but two. Can replace them with this. And the garrison should be fine from there. Or I could just lower the tax rate. I mean, it's not costing me much. If I lower the tax rate and then just disbanded, for example, the Kurdish Javelin men, because not Kurdish, Turkish, because they're pretty cheap. That should keep things under control. And money-wise, 2,500 still depreciating, whatever. Send these guys out this way. Turkish archers will certainly be useful. What am I recruiting here? Just one unit, that's right. Just keep it safe. Double checking everything. Am I going to do anything here? I'm thinking merchant. I could certainly use some more fucking money. Especially once I go broke, which I probably will. Yeah, alright. What do we got here? This Hashashin, I kind of need it in this army because I think there's a big garrison down here. But then at the same time, they're fucking expensive. Fuck it. Take a risk. Get rid of them. And same with them up here. Better off hiring mercenaries later down the track. Okay, that saved me about 750. Saving me some money. They're just too expensive to keep at this point in time. So you gotta add up the value. I don't need them against the rebels, and I'm not going to war with any of these guys just yet. And they're too few in numbers, and I do need numbers when it comes down to it. And I don't usually rely on melee infantry anyway. Any one from here that I can disband? Saracen militia. No, I kind of need them. They're strong troops. Okay, that's it. I've done my turn. So maybe I don't need to send any messages in the game here because we've got Steam. Alright, so it's not been a particularly interesting episode, it's just been me planning everything out, but tensions are rising, I can tell you that much. I'm pretty confident there will be wars, but I don't want to be the first one in the war. Anyway, so that's the end of this video, and the end of my turn. So I have to press end turn, there, and then save it. Oh, whatever. I'll be sending this off to Egypt, which is the Rambler. So anyway guys, like and subscribe. Part 2 is next, or of course don't forget to check out the Ramblers channel, and of course everyone else. And I'll see you next time, fuckers.